Thank you, Rob. It just seemed like a case today of creating lots of chances, but just not being able to finish any of them. I guess that the creating chances has got to be encouraging, but the finishing is just, I guess, bad luck.
Yeah, I mean, we created a good amount of chances. I think, yeah, whether it's luck or not our day, I'm not sure.
Rob, speaking of the chances you created, does that give the team confidence at this point, at this stage of the season, that they were able to kind of increase that offensive output?
I would hope so. I think that the fact that they're creating the chances, I hope that they would just continue to fall. I mean, to get that many shots and not have something fall, I'm gutted for them because I think they deserve something from that game. I think they deserve to win the game. I think they deserve more goals than we actually got. We didn't get any, so it's just I don't know. That's frustrating for me.
Can you please share what happened with Mulraney and Alan Franco?
Mulraney's got some. I mean, no one's 100% at this time, right? Like we know that we would go into this week going with guys a little bit of a knock, but at the moment he didn't have anything before the game, so we thought we'd push the guys as best we could and keep the rhythm of the team. But Jake had something in his foot. Hopefully it's anything serious, and he can continue on training. Alan Franco, I'm not sure what happened, but he played the whole game, so I'll find out later.
What do you see as being what's needed to, I guess, make the good intentions and all the energy on offense actually translate into goals?
I think just putting it in the net, as simple as that sounds, like they were there. And sometimes in this game and at this level, the margin of error or the margin of chance or not chance is so small. I think we saw that tonight because, yeah, they did have some chances, but then they go and they score off a set piece, and that one is obviously frustrating. But it's just like you create the chances, they were there, and it's not because they don't want to. They want to do it, and you can tell by the intent. I think everyone can tell the intent of them, the players. And they're getting in the right areas. So, I mean, I can't fault their efforts. I can't fault their intention for creation. So,
I know you have a lot of other concerns other than this, but how do you see the fan base here kind of hanging with the team during what's a tough time and hanging with a team that's having trouble scoring and creating excitement?
It's fantastic. Like I feel bad for them because we talked a lot about them before the game, putting on a performance that would make them proud. Talking about seeing them happy and no matter what, you hear them and they drive the crowd. The crowd drives us and they drive the players and even just the small smiles you would see before. They're such a huge part. I said it before when I first got in this position. They are the lifeblood of the club and they're the heartbeat of what we want to do. And I'm disappointed for them. As long as I'm up here or I'm in the position to help, I will make sure that message is driven. I'm grateful for their support. I show a lot of gratitude to them because I understand that they spend time out of their day to come and watch us, whether they're here or whether they're watching on TV, and they spend their money to come and support us. So I'm appreciative of that, and that's what I gotta say.
Rob, I have to imagine it was encouraging to see Joseph Martinez go 90 minutes. Was that always the plan for him, or was he just kind of saying he was feeling good and you were able to just keep him out there?
Look, you're silly if you want to make plans, right, in this game and probably in life in general. Mom always says if you want to make God laugh, make plans. So God was laughing tonight. But I was checking on him. We were with medical staff, making sure he feel good. And then later towards the second part of the second half, he kind of came over to get some water, and I just wanted to check on him because I thought he had something. He still had something to give us. He always says he's dangerous, and I thought there was a goal in there for him. Just checked on how he's feeling, and he told me I'm not coming out of this game. And ultimately, obviously, he would respect if I had to, but I was like, you know what? If you feel that like that, let's roll with you. Let's go.
It looked like Santiago Sosa was pushed farther up the field at some instances in the first half, really getting involved in the attack. That's kind of a change from the beginning part of the season. Is that an accurate assessment of Sosa today?
I mean, I'd have to watch it back completely from the first half of what you're talking about, but I think that we want to create more chances, so we want to push more numbers forward and take more risk, and we will be more risky at the back. And as you see, as things open up, but I mean, Santi puts in a serious shift, and he's an intelligent player. So you can see him start to problem solve at the beginning of the game on his own, and so you pushed higher. And ultimately, I don't want to take anything away from the players, because if I try to tell them they can't do this or they can't do that, it takes away the ability to have them be who they are. And he did what he felt in the game was right, and I think he did a good job tonight. So maybe he was higher for whatever reason, but for me it was good.
You said yesterday that you thought Columbus as a team controlled the tempo of games really well. Today it seemed like they were pretty content to sit in the low block, kind of hit transition. Were you surprised by that at all?
Yeah, I think that is them though. I think that's how they try to control the tempo of the game. They try to sit back at times. Look, they can press forward, right? But I think at times they'll try to sit back to kind of pester you a little bit. But when they're on the ball, they'll control the tempo, and they've got that number 6 in there that can do that with the ball. I think that the lineup they threw out was to be a little bit more defensive, probably, maybe. I mean, I'm not their coach, and they're not my concern. But it seemed like they went to go and try to put 2 strikers up against us to go a little more direct and maybe play for second balls and catch us there. But yeah.
This was Josetu's first start this season. How do you think he performed?
I thought he did pretty well. In the first half, he was able to get on the ball. I thought there were certain spaces I thought he could have attacked a little bit more. He's a good technical player, and obviously, for me, like putting on a player like that, the tough one was like leaving Amar out, because Amar, I think, has been fantastic since he's come and joined the club. I think that my intent was that I think Rosetto's got some pace and aggressiveness to go forward, and I wanted to show the intent of like we're gonna go and attack at this team right away. I didn't know how long he'd be able to last, so I said, give me all you got for as long as you can, and thinking that ideally that we'd have a goal or so to get in the first half, and that was my thought with him.
And you'll get actually a few days, I don't know, to give the players off or to actually train them before Friday, which you didn't get this week. Have you thought about what the things you want to work on ahead of it's Orlando on Friday, I think, right?
Yeah, we've talked about it as a staff. We'll meet here right after I finish here, about what we want to do next week in training. The players will get tomorrow off, and I just want them to rest and recover, and we keep the spirit in the group that they're together. Again, we're going through a difficult time, and we want to keep pushing together, but we need to start turning the results around.
Got time for like 2 questions on Zoom. Felipe, go ahead. I thought I saw your hand up.
Can't hear him. Hold on one sec. Can't hear you.
Felipe, can you hear us now?
I can hear you.
Yeah, we got you.
There you
Go ahead.
go. Okay.
Rob, thank you. I mean, you mentioned something interesting about adding Rosetto and his role, and perhaps being a little bit more direct. Atlanta was very, very direct in the first half. Unlucky to not take the lead, honestly. And compared to the starting 11 that Columbus had, what sort of adjustments were you expecting from Caleb in the second half? They left Zelarayan on the bench. They had Etienne on the bench. I mean, clearly they were playing those cards after halftime.
Yeah, when I saw Zelarayan and Etienne go warm up, I thought, all right, they're gonna look to change this here. They did cause us some problems even too, with putting the 2 strikers and the 2 wingers at more invert. But yeah, I thought they would make those changes, and they did. I don't know what he was thinking. Again, it's not my team to worry about. It's just try to prep our team based off what they've done in terms of the way they defended and the way they acted. Thought it was very similar. My intent of going more direct was to get in behind them early, to take more risks, to try to get ahead of the game. That was the idea.
And if I could follow up with, Marcelino, I think all of us have asked him where he would prefer to play, and he has insisted that he's kind of an inverted winger coming off the right side. He's been very good so far playing in the middle for you. What sort of conversations have you had with him? How have you given him perhaps a little bit more confidence in that role to do what he does well often, but to stay central?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to landlock him. I don't want to put him in shackles and say, like, you got to stay in these positions. I talk about, or the things that we like to try to talk about is where can we control space, both in defending and attacking. So can he go and control space in the middle of the pitch higher up, or is he going to work in more of the half spaces? he's a really talented player, and I think you could see the freedom of him in more towards the second half. He started to drift out wide, had a little combinations with Ronald Hernandez and Eric Lopez. So I wouldn't say I've had a ton of conversations about what he needs to be doing more. It's just really just telling him, like, when you get in these areas, certain areas, and it'll change on each team. When you get in those areas, I need him to go and drive. I need him to go and get shots off, create chances, and look, he's doing everything he can. He's working really, really hard. You can see it in his eyes at the end of the game. Like, and I can't stress it enough. I'm devastated for the guys because I feel like they gave us everything they had, and it's unfortunate.
Thanks, guys.